morning. He advised mom that he was heading to buy Suboxone to get an illegal narcotic, to get a drug essentially that helps with folks who are withdrawing from drugs. He was heading out to get that. Around noontime, mom called us. She was frustrated. Her vehicle had not been returned. She made the decision around noon that she wasn't going to report the car stolen. She said, "I'll call you back." She called back around 4. She said, "I'm done. My son takes advantage of me. He has a drug problem, and I want to report the vehicle stolen." Our deputies took that report around 4 o'clock. We entered that vehicle into our license plate reader system. At that time, we realized that this vehicle had been circling the Gifford area, which we believe was the purpose to purchase narcotics, as he had said. At approximately 8:12 p.m. this evening, our deputies saw that vehicle coming out around the Gifford area, which, as you can see, we're in the Gifford area now, the lower end of Gifford. Did a traffic stop on that vehicle. Once the vehicle was stopped, the driver, who is the son of the woman who reported stolen, we're not going to give you any names right now. Our team is on scene doing next of kin notification, but the man who is the son of that woman was driving this vehicle. There was also a passenger inside of the vehicle. Our deputy called out in a felony traffic style the driver, "Let me see your hands, place your hands on your head." The driver was somewhat compliant. Deputy put him down on his knees. "Get down on your knees, let me see your hands." At that point, the driver became non-compliant, started reaching into his waistband, was making motions as though drawing out a weapon. The deputy gave commands, "Let me see your hands, let me see your hands." At one point, he fired a round. At that point, the suspect got up, started making more movements, reaching into pockets, reaching into his waistband. Our deputy was retreating, trying to take cover. The suspect came charging at the deputy. The deputy continued to fire. As he continued to fire, the suspect was still taking things out, reaching into his pocket, reaching into his waistband, and ultimately, eventually, the gunshot stopped him as our deputy was retreating. The suspect, the passenger that was in the vehicle, did not take any rounds, was taken to the station, is still talking to our detectives now at the station. At this time, we don't have any additional information about the passenger. The person who was driving this stolen vehicle was taken to Cleveland Clinic Indian River. We did place it on a brief lockdown and unfortunately did die as a result of this incident. So our team is on scene. We're investigating this incident. We've been in contact with the state attorney's office, the medical examiner's office. We will look into this. We will do a thorough investigation, but at this moment, it appears as though it's a suicide by cop type situation. I've reviewed the video personally. I've seen it from our real-time crime center. Our real-time crime center was actually watching this in real time as it happened because it was a hot call, a stolen vehicle call. And so we were able to go directly to them, see what they saw, heard what they saw. And so our team has reviewed that video, and based on everything, it appears he may have been on drugs. We don't know his mental state. We don't know what he was thinking during this time. But when he became non-compliant and started making those motions, our deputies did what they had to do. 2 deputies did fire their weapons during this incident. One deputy has only been with us since December of 2024, but he has 6 years of experience at another agency, so he's not necessarily new to law enforcement. The other deputy has been with us since November of 2021. Both of them are white males, and the white male that was involved, the driver of this vehicle, the stolen vehicle, is a white male as well. I'll take questions.
I'm assuming both those deputies are now on paid administrative leave?
Correct. I left that out. Both of those deputies are on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation, and we'll be working with the state attorney's office. Obviously, this will go to a grand jury.
Any idea what he had in his waistband? What was he reaching for?
At this time, we don't know. Our detectives are still there. It's very early in the investigation, so we don't know if he had a weapon or not. At this point, we haven't seen one, but that doesn't mean there wasn't something in the car. It doesn't mean there isn't something in his pockets that we haven't seen yet. His body is up there. That's all going to be all part of the investigation.
Can you speak to the quick thinking and training of your deputies able to identify a threat so quickly?
Our deputies did an amazing job. We're happy that our heroes are going home tonight. This is just another example of our folks who are out here every day protecting our community, doing exactly what they signed up to do. It's a stolen vehicle call. You have to take all the precautions. They did everything that they would normally do. It was a felony stop. There was multiple deputies on scene. When you become non-compliant and you do these things, unfortunately, it's a circumstance where our deputies have to do the thing that none of us want to ever have to do, but we know we signed up to do. And so it's a tragedy, it's a terrible situation, but unfortunately this gentleman put our deputies in a situation where they had to make a choice, and they made the right choice.
Sheriff, talk to us about the real-time crime center and how crucial it is for investigations like this. We talked about
Yeah, our team actually, when we went there, that was the first place I went tonight, was the Real Time Crime Center, to be able to see that video. And we've been discussing, we don't know of anybody else who's ever actually had a deputy-involved shooting where our folks were watching in real time. It's the first time I've ever heard of that, and really impressive that we were able to do that. And so under normal circumstances in years gone by, our dispatch team and people, they don't always know what's going on. They don't get a lot of closure in these incidents. Our dispatchers have been able to see that video, to understand what was happening on the other side of the radio. It helps us all, and it's just really incredible for us to be able to watch this so rapidly. We're going to produce a version of this video. Obviously, we have to run it by the state, but we'll get a version of it out to you. Obviously, their vehicles are still on scene. They'll be processed. We'll have in-car video. We'll have body cam video, but we've already been able to preliminarily review that, and that makes a huge difference in this. And obviously, when I make that statement that I believe it's a suicide by cop situation, when you see the video, I think you'll feel the same way.
And the video they were watching, that's from the deputy's body cam.
That was from body cam and their dash cam. They were watching in real time. You guys have been into our Real Time Crime Center. We got that massive video wall. They can pull all those up in real time and see it. And so they were able to watch it and see what happened and give us a rundown immediately as soon as it happened.
I apologize if you mentioned this earlier, but is it too soon to tell us the relationship between the suspect and the passenger?
I heard some preliminary. They're talking to the passenger back at the agency, and he was saying, I just know him from around town. It didn't sound like, we don't know. I'll tell you this, our suspect has had 23 felony arrests, a lot of drug charges. He's had 8 felony convictions. The passenger has a lot of convictions, so, they may have a criminal history together. I really don't know that. It's still very early.
And the age of the suspect, or general age of the suspect?
48 years old. 48 years old.
And you're not identifying?
I don't know his age. I did not get that. And we're not identifying anybody tonight or the deputies that are involved. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to produce this video. We'll get it out to you as soon as possible. We want the public to be able to see it. That's part of our commitment to transparency. We want people to be able to see this. And we'll get it out to you as soon as we can. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time tonight.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is one. One of your
So y'all can really watch all that stuff all at once? That's awesome.
Thank you, sir.
real time.
That's really cool.
That's it, man.
I know he pointed right at you when he said that.
Yeah.